Hey besties, just a heads up, the stuff in this build is a little extra scary compared to my other Halloween builds, so viewer discretion is advised. Hey besties, it's Nat back again with another spooky speed build. I don't know why I didn't start calling them that at the beginning. Like we're almost at Halloween. I've been doing these all month, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I should just call them spooky speed builds. That's so easy. But anyways, welcome back. This video, like I said in the intro, is spooky, scary, more so than usual, so viewer discretion definitely advised. As the title suggests, this is a scary hospital, so anything you could think of in like a movie, like a Saw movie type situation, there's gonna be some scary imagery in here, so just want to let you know. Okay, just no spoilers or anything, but Petri, when I asked the question, what is Petri up to in her hospital, the answer is nothing good. Absolutely nothing good. But that was the whole vibe of this build. Every time I've done one of these builds this month, I feel like I have been leveling up in some way as a builder. And with this build, the level up came with the storytelling aspect, okay? This build took me a long time. As you can tell by the length of this video, I actually sped it up to 500%. Normally I only speed it up to 450% because of the amount of like spinning the camera and the way the trees move and everything. I don't want it to give anyone seasickness. So let me know if it's a little too fast for you. I sped it up a little extra because this video is long and this build took me a long time. I did a lot of experimenting. I did cut a couple of things out just to keep the video moving. But it took me a long time, but I'm very pleased with the results. I think that the story that this build tells is very scary, very spooky, and I'm impressed with myself. I deserve a little, you know, I deserve to be impressed with myself. And it's almost Halloween, and so I just want to be festive and fun, and it's exciting this year. We have Halloween on a Monday, which, okay, Halloween on a Monday is not that exciting, but that means we get the whole weekend to celebrate. I'm gonna be celebrating. I don't really know how yet, but I have a costume picked out. I'll probably wear it on stream tonight. By the way, we're doing one more spooky speed build stream playing Happy Home Paradise tonight at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is not nighttime. Maybe it is for you if you're British. British people, listen, if you've been around on the channel for any amount of time, you know what I have going on with the British. But oh my god, speaking of the channel, we hit 13,000 subscribers the other day. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it so much. I don't even know what to say. 13's my lucky number. 13's my lucky number, so I'm pretty happy about this. I'm pretty pleased with this development, and I'm excited to keep making videos. I really enjoy it. And I'm doing a Q&A. I'm doing a Q&A for 13K, so leave your questions below and I'll answer them in a future video. I don't know exactly when that video is going to go up yet. Probably before Pokemon comes out, because I need to keep it rolling before Pokemon comes out, because that's going to take over my whole life. Oh my god, I'm going to be so annoying. But yeah, we hit 13K. I'm so thankful for all of your support, and I can't wait to bring you more awesome stuff in the future. Speaking of awesome stuff in the future, I'm also doing a You Control My Build stream next week on Wednesday the 2nd. So if you want to control my build, we're going to be building a vacation home for Fuchsia and Coco. So let's go, lesbians. Let's go. Let's have a fun stream. I'm very excited. I love doing those streams. We're raising money for me. I'm the one we're raising money for this time, so we can fund the second Switch for the channel, so I can have the second island that I've been planning. Still no correct guesses on the theme, besties. I'm disappointed. I'm just kidding. I'm not disappointed. I haven't exactly been dropping hits or anything. It's just fun. It's just fun to see people's ideas of like what island theme I would pick. And just in general, I don't know, I think it's so fun to see like creative themes, like creative theme ideas from other people. I'm nosy, you know this about me. I love knowing what you guys are up to in your games and hearing like what creative stuff you come up with, because y'all are really creative. That's part of the reason that those streams are so fun, not just because you tell me to do chaotic stuff, like when we filled Rold's driveway with cars, like the entire yard was just cars. That was fun. Ooh, here I was searching for a hospital sign that we used for the build, because I wanted to be authentic, besties. Okay, I'm telling you, okay, there's a lot of lore going on here. That was my level up on this build. There's lore happening. But the rolled one was crazy. But then this summer, when we did the one for Marshall and Genji, first of all, I'm still, every time I look back on that stream, it just gives me chills. Like we raised so much money, and it was such a great It was such a great time. We did a charity stream for the Trevor Project for Pride, and it was incredible. It was an incredible experience. And we built a vacation home for Marshall and Genji, and it was so cute. Like, it came out so beautiful, and the suggestions that y'all were giving were I don't know, it just came out really great. So we're doing another one on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So swing by for that. Get some cocoa and fuchsia in your life for the girls. Love that for them. And yeah, that's what's going on the channel, and we have more exciting stuff to come, but that's in the immediate future. But yeah, that's enough for announcements. We'll get back to the build at hand. I was messing around with the outside. The outside took a long time just because I didn't really know where I wanted to place the house. I moved it over like one space, and that changed the entire vibe of the build because I was trying to get the trees in the back right. I really wanted it to be like a thick forest and like continue the forest that's happening around this build. I love this plot in Happy Home Paradise. Let me know what your favorite like place to build in Happy Home Paradise is. It's, for me, probably this plot, because it's just like a normal square surrounded by trees. It's like in the woods, and the vibes are so immaculate, and because it's so the shape is so normal, you can do so much in the shape, and I just really enjoy that. But we're working on the outside of the clinic. We're starting to develop the story. So essentially you can see that little hole in the ground where Rossetti is popping out, and there's like the what's that thing called? A jackhammer. There's a jackhammer next to it. So there was road work ahead, besties. Road work ahead. And that car accidentally hit that tree, or it hit Rossetti or whatever, and it crashed, and they had to stop, and luckily they stopped outside of a clinic. And so that's sort of the lore of how Petri is getting people to come to her clinic, which is in the middle of the woods. Like, she has, she just happens to have a little bit of unmarked road work, some potholes in the road, and people, they crash their cars, and they just need a little bit of help, and they see, oh, there's a clinic out here, and they go inside, and I don't know, do they come out? That's the question. That was the idea for the story behind this build. And it was really fun. I was really inspired by, first of all of you. A couple weeks ago, we did a build tour stream where I toured your spooky, scary Happy Home Paradise builds. And I was so impressed by the level of detail and, once again, the storytelling of what you guys came up with for these builds, and I wanted to sort of replicate that in this. So that was my first inspiration. My second inspiration was like New Leaf horror towns that people would share as like dream addresses. So the famous ones like Aika Village and Hitokwi Village. Fun fact, besties, I swear that this is not made up. Like, I'm not making this up. I did accidentally run into Aika Village like as a random dream town when I was a kid. I'm not joking. I wasn't really a kid. I was like in high school. But I mean, that's a kid. But I wasn't like a baby. I'm old, okay? I was old when New Leaf came out. But I accidentally, you can do a random dream address in New Leaf, and I accidentally stumbled upon Aika Village, and it was very scary. But yeah, those towns are so detailed, and like they take advantage of every single thing in New Leaf to flesh out the world that they're building, and it's just so impressive. And even with Aika Village especially, like you travel through the town, you are forced to travel a specific way, so you go to each house in a specific order. And I don't know, it's just something about that, something about the vibes and the aesthetic of the way that those towns looked in that game, something about like the slightly low quality of the 3DS as opposed to like the HD of New Horizons makes those towns so scary. And I don't know, they're also really nostalgic too. So that was the inspiration for this, as well as just, scary movies in general. And it was really, really fun. I really enjoyed this. There were times when I was frustrated. If you were there on the stream, if you were there on the stream, then I was going through it at the beginning of the stream. I don't know what type of mood I was in, but figuring out the outside, something about it just did something to me. And then we got to the inside, and it gets a little bit more chill. And I sort of focused a little bit more on what I was doing. But the outside was a lot. The outside is the part that I cut out the most from, because I was like, this is just me moving trees around. Y'all don't need to see all of this. Ooh, I just remembered another announcement that I meant to do earlier. So a couple weeks ago, at the beginning of this series of Halloween builds that I started at the beginning of the month, I did a build for Blanca's creepy clown cottage in the woods. And I originally did a really scary interior for that. That was also a hospital, believe it or not, but it was a clown hospital, besties. And then I ended up completely scrapping that, and I did a completely new interior for that build. So there is the Lost Clown Hospital build, which I will be posting a link to on my Discord. I'm gonna release a video of it. It'll be an unlisted video, and you can get the link to watch that video on my Discord, which you can join in the description. I'm gonna link it over there for y'all, so you can go see that as a treat for y'all for Halloween and for 13K, and say thank you. And just because I don't know, it was a fun build. It was just so, like, it did not match the outside of the build at all, and I just wanted to make the outside and the inside a little more cohesive. But it was fun. It was really fun to build, and I definitely took some inspiration from that as well and brought it into this hospital. I wanted to build a scary hospital so badly. I had a list of things that I wanted to do for Halloween. I wanted to do something with aliens. I wanted to do something with a hospital, and I wanted to use the castle furniture. Those were some of my goals for this series, and I think that I think, you know, we got everything. I mean, the aliens one is a little more on the nose with Roswell, but I mean, his name is Roswell, so make of that what you will. Here we are on the inside. The ground floor is just going to be a normal hospital clinic. A normal as in, like, it's old and it's worn down, and like it's very clearly like it's seen better days, but it's still a mostly normal hospital. This was really fun to do. I really enjoyed partitioning the room in like a unique way that I hadn't really done before to sort of create the hospital, the different areas. You know, we have the check-in area, and then in the back we have sort of a small like patient area with beds, and then we have a surgery area, and that is where we bring in more of the lore of this build. But mostly it was just decorating like an old like abandoned hospital in the middle of nowhere, which was really fun to do. I really enjoyed using all of the hospital furniture that this game comes with. Finally, like I said, I was excited to build a hospital, so here we are. Ooh, that reminds me as well of the build tours I did a couple weeks ago. There were so many that I was so impressed with. One that sticks out in my mind: someone built an alien inspired build. They built the Nostromo in Animal Crossing. I was blown away by that build. I think about it all the time. I'm like, when we were talking about aliens a minute ago, and I was like, oh my god, wait, the Nostromo build. One thing you gotta know about me, besties, is I am a big fan of the Alien movies, especially the first one. I still think the first one is better than the second one, and I have a theory that if you ask somebody which is better, the first or the second, because, you know, people have their opinions about the other ones, but people mostly think that the first and the second are the best. I have a theory: if someone tells you that their favorite alien movie is Aliens with an S, then they're a dad. They're a dad, and they got a kid. I don't know where their kid is. I don't even know if they know who their kid is, but they have a kid. That's my theory. Let me know in the comments if that's true. But every single person I've talked to who's told me that Aliens is better than Alien, a singular, is a dad. So, you know, is that scientific? I don't know. I'm collecting data. So I'm gonna continue. Let me know in the comments. Are you a father? We can't bring the Maury energy back. We had big Maury energy on the Sims stream that I did this week that happened at like 11 o'clock at night. That stream was wild. We did accidentally have a child out of wedlock. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Let me back up. For those of you who don't know, I am doing a Sims 4 Let's Play on the channel where I took all of my villagers from New Horizons and I put them in the Sims 4. I turned them all into Sims, and we are doing a legacy challenge where we interact with all of those Sims. So right now I'm playing as myself Sim to sort of be like my resident representative on my island, and I currently am married to Chatter the Mouse, who was my husband in New Leaf, but we did cheat on him with Bo, and now we have one kid with Chatter and one kid with Bo. So those kids are Filbert and Hazel, and so they're going to be the Gen 2 heirs of the legacy. I haven't picked which one is going to be the heir yet, but that's what happened in the last episode. You can check out, I'll put a link to the playlist of the edited videos in the card right now, so you can go watch them. I'm really proud of those videos. I think they're really fun to record, and they're really fun to edit, and I really enjoy making them. And I'll also put a link to my live streams playlist in the card as well, so you can watch the unedited episodes of the Let's Play that I haven't turned into videos yet. I usually do those like once or twice a month, so be on the lookout for that if you're interested. I really enjoy The Sims. I've been playing The Sims since I was 6 years old, lifelong fan, and I really enjoyed that Let's Play, so you can check it out in the card if you're interested. I was talking about something before we started talking about this. I was talking about movies. I was talking about the Alien movies. I was going to ask you guys what your favorite favorite scary movies are to watch around Halloween. I have been a bad scary movie fan. I have not been keeping up this year with rewatching movies that I enjoy. I usually I have, okay, besties, listen. I am supposed to wear glasses. I am nearsighted. I got a concussion a couple years ago, and my vision got a little bit worse. And that's a story for another time. That's a story for another time. But I wear glasses. But I'm bad at remembering to wear them. And the Pantone, the global Pantone made that worse because wearing a mask and glasses at the same time. If you know, you know. Okay, it's not fun. So, I've been foregoing my glasses a little bit more than usual. I don't need them necessarily, but it's definitely harder without them. And one of the things that's harder to do is watch TV. Especially if I want to have subtitles on, or if it's something that I haven't seen before. I need to watch TV with my glasses. So I would go sit in my living room to watch some TV or some movies, and I would lose my glasses. I'd be like, where are my glasses? I don't know where they are. And I would be too lazy to search for them. So I would just put on the X-Files. Because I've seen the X-Files 1,000 times. I love that show so much. And I would just put that on instead and just watch that, because I don't need to really be paying attention to what's going on. I don't need to see the screen. I've seen the screen, besties. I know what's happening in that show. And it does fit the vibes. You got Fox, Spooky Mulder running around looking for aliens. Spoiler alert, that's what happens in that show. But it's been fun, and it has fit the vibes, but I would like to watch something else. So let me know what scary movies you enjoy. I really, really want to rewatch The Lighthouse because I really enjoy that movie, and I like watching it for spooky season. I mean, I'll watch it any season, but I enjoy watching it. I should rewatch The Witch. I love The Witch. I love that movie so much. That's a girl boss movie, besties. Here's my hot take. Not that I didn't like Midsommar, because I do, but I think that The Witch is a better version of Midsommar. I enjoy The Witch so much more. I get that the whole point of Midsommar is not... It's not supposed to be a girl boss moment. It's more that people turned it into a girl boss moment when it really wasn't. Not to throw a bunch of hot takes at you. So far we've got that that if you like aliens more than Alien, you're a dad, and that the Witch is actually a girl boss movie and Midsommar is a fake girl boss movie, which is fine. It doesn't have to be. I'm just saying a lot of people interpret it that way. There's a big online conversation amongst horror movie fans that's the vibe you get from watching Midsommar, and I don't get that vibe from watching Midsommar. I get that vibe from watching The Witch. So if you have seen Midsommar and you haven't seen The Witch, I highly recommend checking it out. But if you have seen both, let me know in the comments if you agree with my spicy takes. What else did I want to watch this month? Ooh, I should rewatch Nope. I know I'm just saying a bunch of recent horror movies. I mentioned Alien and then we jumped ahead 30 years or whatever. It's been more than 30 years. Time is crazy. Anyways, oh my god, what am I even saying? I should rewatch Nope. Nope is my favorite movie I've seen this year. It literally, I feel like Jordan Peele made that movie for me specifically. He just knew what I wanted out of a movie. That's my dream movie. It's you got the alien motif, you got Keke Palmer, you got cowboys, you got Steven Yeun in a cowboy hat, the Spielberg vibes. He just knew, his mind. I should rewatch Nope. Maybe I'll do a Nope double feature with maybe Jaws or Close Encounters. Oh my god, I love Close Encounters. I love that movie. I love when he makes the I love when he makes the mountain out of the mashed potatoes. Oh my god, that was incredible. Anyways, I'm gonna rewatch Nope. That's another thing to watch. Ooh, and Jordan Peele, speaking of Jordan Peele, he produced a stop motion animation horror movie that's coming out this weekend. I'm pretty sure it's coming out on Netflix, but he produced it, and it looks really amazing. And so I'm gonna watch that, absolutely. I from what I've seen, I saw the trailer, and then they haven't advertised it at all outside of that, and I feel like that's a missed opportunity. So be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for Jordan Peele. Be on the lookout for a stop motion animation film coming out this weekend on streaming, and give it a watch. I don't know what's in it, so I can't vouch for its quality yet because I've not seen it, but it looked really cool and I'm excited to watch it. So let me know what spooky, scary things you have been watching recently that you've enjoyed, what you're doing to celebrate the holiday. Ooh, tell me what you're dressing up as for Halloween. I think I'm gonna wear a costume on stream today. Normally I don't do face cam during these because I turn them into videos, but because this is the last one of the season, I'll probably dress up. So be on the lookout for a costume coming later today. But yeah, let me know what you're doing to celebrate. Let me know what you're dressing up as. And yeah, we are about to, I think, finish the downstairs. As you can see, it has come together. It is a clinic. We messed a lot with lighting in this build, which was really, really fun. Lighting and sound, so like music and lack of music, and then like the sound effects that you can play, and the lighting especially. I went with this like this muted blue color in the downstairs, and I think upstairs we ended up going with like a green hue just to sort of add to the spooky vibes. We also set it so that it was nighttime and there was a thunderstorm happening to sort of help set the scene of the car crash story that leads through the build. That was one of the most fun parts of this for me, was the storytelling aspect and getting to use all of like the different environmental effects that you have access to change sort of how the build feels when you're walking through it. That was the most fun part of this. I really enjoyed the creepy lighting and the sound design and the time of day and everything. You gotta make sure you mess with all that stuff, besties. It's very important. You gotta change the weather, you gotta change the lighting, you gotta change the sound, and you gotta shine things. You gotta remember to shine things. I'm pretty sure we shined some things upstairs. I don't actually know if we shined things downstairs. I'm not 100% sure. We might have made something have the water drip, but I can't remember. Ooh, that reminds me of the builds that you guys did. That's another inspiration. People were using custom effects on their furniture. Like, you can shine things in the build, right? Ooh, here we were adding a custom design on the ground to make it look like someone had been dragged across the floor, and they were like digging their fingernails into the floor and like scratching it. And then I think we put a grate on the ground, so maybe they got stuffed into the grate. I don't know what's going on. The story in here, it's a loose story, but it's definitely a story. Unfortunately, because of the nature of Happy Home Paradise, we cannot have basements, we can only have attics. So ideally, it would be a basement, because they get dropped down to the second floor. But it is what it is. But yeah, the people, I was talking about the amazing stuff that I saw when I toured your builds the other week. People were using custom shines. I completely forgot that you can use a custom design to polish an object and like have the custom design floating around it. So people had like bats and ghosts and all these other cool things. I was just so impressed by that. So remember, you could do that in game if you wanted to. Yeah, that we're coming up on the end of the inside, I think. We switched out the bed in the surgery area with the stretcher because I liked the effect of like the, what's it called, the straps, like so you're being strapped down to the surgery table. I thought that added to the scariness. And I'm just doing the lighting again. I wanted to set the lighting at the end so that as I was building you could actually see the build. But I really love this downstairs. There's no music down here, it's just quiet, which I think adds to the scariness. That is something that definitely reminds me of New Leaf horror towns, is the choice not to have sound, especially with how loud your footsteps are in that game. Though definitely there are some iconic sound moments in those towns. I think specifically of Hitokui Village when you go to the basement in the restaurant. Like, obviously, KK Parade was always a bit of a crazy song, but that really, I feel like that was really like a moment for KK Parade. Like that forever changed how people think of that song. But here we are in the upstairs. We're in the upstairs. This is where the story gets scary, bestie. So once again, viewer discretion is advised. Upstairs is pretty freaky, okay? This is Petri's laboratory above her hospital. Downstairs, it's a normal clinic. It's a little grimy, it's a little old. But upstairs, you don't want to end up upstairs, besties. I went in knowing I wanted to use this flooring, like the tile floor. I have that in my bathroom in my house on my island, actually. But it's definitely, it feels different in a different context. I also really wanted to use this grate in the middle of the floor because I think it looks really cool to have it like right in the middle of like this huge like spot in the tile that's like warped and messed up. But we ended up having it somewhere else in the room just because of the way that the room ended up being laid out. We made it really, really big, and we added a ton of furniture. We added the jail bars, obviously, so she can keep you in. We put the jail bars at the back of the room, and we also had some like some what are they called? They're like liquid containers. What is that called? Like a vat? Like there's a word for it, and it's probably a very easy word, and you're gonna see it and you're gonna be like, oh, that's what that is, and I'm gonna sound crazy. But we added those too. I don't know what liquid she's storing in there, but we added those. And then the front is sort of like her laboratory area, so you walk into the room and you sort of see like, oh, she's keeping someone in the jail bars, and then you see like all of her equipment. And we also added like a camera, so she's like recording the science. You know, you got to record your science, besties. I record in my mind every time someone tells me that they prefer aliens over alien, and then I use that data. That thing, what is that called? I'm having a moment, besties. I'm having a moment. I don't remember what on earth that's called. But you know, that's good science. Record your results, besties. Honestly, you know what? Here's another movie hot take for you while I try to remember what on earth it's called when you have a container of liquids that looks like that. Oh my god. I really love Alien Covenant. I also like Prometheus. Prometheus is fine. I don't hate it. I just think it's fine. But Alien Covenant was a slay. That is like a haunted house slasher movie where Michael Fassbender he's the bad guy who lives in the haunted house, but it takes place on an alien planet. That movie, it's a bit of a slay. Okay, the part where he plays the flute, that was iconic. That was legendary. Love that movie. I saw it with my dad in the movie theater. He did not like it because he does not like the blood and the guts, if you will. But I enjoyed it very, very much. I love that movie so much. Oh my god, besties. It's a tank. I just read what it said when I was customizing it. It's called a tank, besties. Listen. Anyways, back to the build. I also added that oil drum because I really like the steam that comes out of it. I love the environmental effects. And obviously you can steam things. You can steam the hot things, besties, as you should, to add steam. But I like how it has steam coming out of it already. But yeah, I hid some bones back there, I think. I might have actually gotten rid of those. Oh, no, I replaced them with servers. I wanted that area to be more filled in. We did keep the bones, though. The bones go in the corner of the jail bars to be like someone else was in there, like, and she just left the bones. Because Petri doesn't really care about... Honestly, Petri, you should care more about the cleanliness of your workspace. Like, you really should not just be leaving things around when you're trying to collect data. Like, you're gonna end up tampering with your own results. Like, that's not good science. Petri, you need to work on your scientific process, bestie. Honestly, if you think about it, that's the real crime being committed in this place, okay? The blatant disregard for the scientific method. Petri, you need to get it together. Ooh, okay. I mentioned earlier how I'm trying to have a second island on the channel, or have a second Switch where I can create like new, like, different interesting themed islands alongside having my main island of Nautilus where I sort of play the game and I sort of chip away at it slowly. That's the plan, at least. But speaking of that island, I mentioned earlier how, you know, I haven't been really dropping hints about the island. I mentioned that it is based off of a specific thing, like a specific story or a specific property, I guess. And I'll give you another hint right now. I have never done a villager hunt before. Fun fact about me, besties. I've never done a villager hunt before, but we're going to be doing villager hunts for this island. And I think Petri might be one of the villagers who we hunt for. So make of that what you will. That's the hint. That's the only hint I'm giving you, okay? So, you know, keep leaving your guesses in the comments. I enjoy reading them. I've always said this. It's really fun. I don't know, it's just fun. I want to know what you guys think I'm up to. It's a fun time. And also leave me your questions and leave me your Halloween movie recommendations. Those are the 3 things I want from you. And I want to know what you're dressing up as. Those are the 4 things I want from you. I am just a nosy person, okay? Let me be who I am, okay? We're adding back in those custom designs. Do I keep those? Oh yeah, I got rid of a couple of them, but we added back in the scratching on the floor. Is it realistic for someone to be able to scratch a tiled floor? Probably not, but I feel like in this instance, if you were gonna scratch a floor, I feel like this would be the time. Like, I feel like you don't want Petri to put you in that chair. And you would be scratching the floor, desperate not to get put in the chair. We also added the recorder. What did we play? This is a mystery to me. I don't remember what we picked. I remember I put it to chat to pick. Oh, we put Hypno KK. Oh, that was a good choice. Thank you, me, and thank you, chat from the past for picking that song. But we added some music, the recording device, so she's recording what's going on, besties. We've discussed this. I think that I don't think I ended up using the CPR doll. I wanted to use it, but I couldn't fit it in the build, so it is what it is, besties, you know. And we're working on her lab now. We wanted to add some lab equipment. I wanted to use, if not the skeleton, then at least this anatomical model. So on the right side of the room is like her actual like lab desk, and where she sits and like goes on the computer. And then on the left side of the room there is, I think we put another stretcher or some other like medical equipment. So it's like, you know, she's transferring you into her little jail that she's built. And that's sort of the layout of the room. That's been another thing that's been really fun with these builds, is doing like interesting and unique layouts. Or like with the first one I did, the Blanca one, we ended up going with something super minimalist, which was really fun. And then with the one with Roswell, we had that cool like tunnel effect where you're like in an ancient like sort of laboratory, and the front of it is all like overgrown, and then the back of it is where the lab is. And then we had Rodeo's house, which the downstairs was very traditional sort of build, and then the upstairs we had the minimalism. So the downstairs was like messy and cluttered, and the upstairs was very like sparse, and it was, you know, it was the summiting circle with the gyroids. So we had a lot of variety with the different builds that we did this month, and I really enjoyed the getting to like go out of my comfort zone and like do out of the box things. And I just enjoyed this whole experiment. Like, this was just a fun thing to do, and I'm really happy that you all came along on the journey with me this month of Halloween. I should make a playlist. Of these Halloween videos so you can watch them this weekend to get into the spooky spirit. You know, we can watch a really incredible film, or you can watch several videos of me goofing around in Happy Home Paradise. So, you know, pick your poison. I'll put a link. I'll make a playlist. And I'll put a link in the card if you wanna watch some more spooky scary builds that I did this month. And remember, I'll be streaming again today at 3. If you're watching this the day goes up, the day goes up, I'll be streaming again at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so be on the lookout for that as well. But yeah, we're coming up on the end of the build, just adding a few extra things. We're adding in sort of the medical equipment. We have the IV bag, we have the stretcher that I mentioned before with like the straps. We added back in the manhole cover. We also added in some custom designs. I added like some puddles. That is one thing that I did wish I had space for to add in my custom designs, is like maybe some blood puddles. That would have been scary. I saw a lot of that when I toured your builds the other week. That was really, really fun. And I've also been watching the Amanda File. She has been working on an incredible horror themed island right now, and so she has a lot of fun horror themed custom designs that she's been playing with, and I am jealous. I do wish I had more custom design spaces to add extra spooky scary stuff, but I don't, so here we are. But yeah, adding in a couple more things. I don't remember what we put over there. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember. Ooh, we put in the hospital room divider in front of the stretcher, just so like you can't see if when she's taking you upstairs on the stretcher, you can't see what she's about to do until it's too late, besties. Ooh, scary. And I also wanted the left-hand wall to be sort of less cluttered, so you could focus more on what's going on in the jail bars. Like, I didn't want that area of the room to be too overly cluttered, so that was sort of the goal with that space. We're just adding some wall decorations. I added in a shower into the jail bars area just because I wanted it to have, she needs a way to clean up, okay? When she's done with whatever she's doing, she needs a way to clean up. So we added that in. We added in some security cameras. We added in the tools, the tool rack on the wall. Ooh, and we added these LED lights. This was inspired by that Nostromo build that I mentioned earlier, besties, that they had the LED strip lights all along the ceiling. That build was so cool. Once again, my live streams playlist should be in the card by now, and you can go check out the full VOD of that. I am planning on turning that into a video, but be on the lookout for that so you can see all the cool, amazing builds everybody did. But if you want to see the full VOD, it is up. It is in that playlist. All of my streams go in that playlist. I don't keep them up listed on the channel because it messes with my analytics, but unlisted, they're all available in the My Live Streams playlist. We're messing with the lighting again. I added in that spooky, scary blue color and the TV. The TV. This is another thing. We're gonna head outside in a second, I think, and I'll explain the TV business when we get out there. Right now, I think I am shining things. So we're gonna shine the scary chair with the zaps, and then I think we shine a couple of things with the water as well. I had to get rid of the jail bar so I could get in there. I added those trash bags to add like a pop of yellow, which I think adds to like the scary medical vibes of the room. Like the gray and the white is nice, but I wanted to add a little bit more color, so like the bright yellow, I think adds the right vibe to the space. But yeah, we're just about done shining everything. Once again, besties, listen, you gotta steam the hot things. I've always said this. You gotta steam the hot things, and I'm so right for that. Also, I will admit that at this point in the stream, I was rushing a little bit, because I ended the stream right before I had to leave to go do something else. This was the night that I went to the Stranger Things experience. And I had to go to that literally right after the stream ended. Like the stream, I intended for the stream to end at 6, but it ended up ending at 7, which was when I was leaving. So yeah, I was in a bit of a rush, but that's okay because we got the build done and it looks incredible. We were just messing around with the hospital, what's it called? The surgery area. I wasn't sure if I wanted that area to be accessible or not, but I ended up making it accessible and I added that wet floor sign as well. You gotta be careful of the wet floor, besties. You don't want to slip and fall. Not in this hospital, absolutely not. But yeah, we're coming up in the end. Now I think after I'm done shining everything in this room, we're gonna head outside and I can explain the TV business. So essentially in New Horizons and every Animal Crossing game, the TV changes the channel once per hour. So every hour there's a different thing on the TV. And late at night, the TV, it gets a little wacky. So I think there's a couple of hours during the night where the TV has the no signal bars on it. And that was what we were aiming for with this build. We wanted to have the lightning storm outside and we wanted to have the no signal bars on the TV. So in a second, I'm gonna head outside and you're gonna see in Happy Home Paradise, as you're building, the time of day changes. So if you set the time of day at the beginning of your build, it's gonna change by the end. So you have to go back in and make sure you set it to the right time of day. And here's a pro tip, besties. If you wanna set the time of day to have a specific thing on the TV, you should grab a TV from storage while you're outside and put it outside to make sure that what you want on the TV is correct. That's something I figured out back when I did the, who was it? It was someone, was it Biff? It was Biff. It was Biff's build. We had that same phenomenon, I guess, where we wanted to have the bars on the TV. And that is what we came up with. Oh, here we are at the end. That was fast. Look at that. And we named it Petri's something clinic. Petri's roadside clinic. Very normal name. You know, it's a very normal hospital. But yeah, here we are at the end. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you all for 13K. I still don't really know how to react. Like, this is, I don't know. Well, thank you. If you liked this video, make sure to leave a like and a comment letting me know. It really helps me out. You can leave a comment of a question for me for the Q&A for 13K. Think about that. Consider that, bestie. If you really like this video, you can subscribe and hit the bell to be notified every time that I post or go live. I post Animal Crossing content here twice a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays. I also go live here at least once a week. I'm going live today after this video goes up at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, building another spooky scary build. So if you want to get in the festive season, check out the stream. I'm also streaming another big event stream this coming week where you can decide my build. We're building a house for Coco and Fuchsia, so make sure to check that out as well. Make sure to check out my Discord, link in the description. There's going to be an extra video going up today that you can only access through a Discord link. So check that out. Check out my Instagram. You can also submit questions on my Instagram stories. I've been putting up the question thing on there as well. But yeah, thank you all again so much for watching, and I'll see you all again on Wednesday. Bye, besties. Oh, Petri's leaving too. Okay. Ooh, and if you want to visit my Halloween builds, they're at my Happy Home Paradise code in the description. You can go tour them and check them out yourself.